Park next. Welcome to Main Day in Fenway Park. It's day baseball in the final game of the series and the homestand. It's the Texas Rangers and the Boston Red Sox in Game 4 of the series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, today it is John Lester who's on the hill, and the pattern over the last few years for Lester has been outstanding second halves. The one difference for John Lester heading into this second half is his first half. It was incredible. We look at the numbers and the splits for John Lester. Lester posted the best ERA he's ever had in the first half of the season this year, and his wins are also the most he's had in a season's first half. Each of the past two seasons, his ERA has dropped in the season's second half. In 2008, it was nearly half a run lower. Last year was over a full run lower. He has won his last three starts coming into today and is 10-2 all-time now in the month of July. We welcome in Jerry Remy. And Jerry, last night a much-needed victory for the Red Sox and a big night for Kevin Youkilis.
It certainly was, Don. You know, last night for Kevin Youkilis, I mean, he did just about everything right, and it was a big win for the Red Sox. There were many heroes, but should come as no surprise the way Youkilis goes against the Texas Rangers. He's always had great success against Texas. The .340 batting average, that's in 44 career games versus the Rangers. 20 doubles, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs. The list goes on and on and on. And, of course, last night the hero in the ballgame. He got the big base hit off Cliff Lee to tie the ball game late in the game, to give the Red Sox the tie and go a chance to go into extra innings. And then with the bases loaded, Youkilis with the sacrifice fly deep enough to center field in the 11th inning to get the game-winning run to come home. So a big night for Uke, and of course he's always coming up big for the Red Sox in the middle of that lineup. The Red Sox would love to get another one today and split this series before heading on the road trip.
Well, it has been great pitching for Texas so far, and they hope for the same as far as their starter goes. C.J. Wilson takes the mound today. He's 7-5. We're back with the first pitch from Fenway right after this. Southwest Airlines, New England Subaru dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Ford dealers, AT&T, and by Taco Bell. Well, it's Main Day, and the moose are everywhere. What happened to our cows? I know there's cows in Maine too, but that's spectacular. It's day baseball from Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Texas Rangers get ready for Game 4. Sox have taken the field to check out the Rangers starting lineup on Junior Announcer Day.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Colin of Wakefield, Massachusetts. Leading off for the Rangers, the shortstop, Mr. Elvis Andrus. At third base, Michael Young. Second baseman, Ian Kinsler. In left field, Vladimir Guerrero. DH, Mr. Josh Hamilton. In right field, Nelson Cruz. The first baseman, Chris Davis. The catcher, Mr. Matt Trainer. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Julio Bourbon.
Nice job, Colin. As we take a look at the starting pitcher today for the Red Sox, it is John Lester. We highlighted him in the open. What a great start to the year. His first start of the second half, his 19th start. It's 11-3, the record at 2.78 ERA. 124 strikeouts for him, and back on July 9th, the last time he worked, he was able to beat the Blue Jays in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs as he gave up 2 walks and struck out 6 against Texas in his career. He is 2-0.
The Red Sox defense is 6th in the American League. They've made 54 errors on the season. It'll be Adrian Beltre at third base, Marco Scutero the shortstop, Bill Hall at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first base. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Mike Cameron, and Darnell McDonald, and Dusty Brown getting the start behind the plate today to catch John Lester.
Umpires today, it is the crew chief, Gary Darling, who calls the balls and strikes today behind the plate with Bruce Dreckman at first base, Paul Emmel at second base, and Bill Hahn is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
90 degrees here at Fenway Park to begin the day with the wind out to right at 12 miles per hour. And much of the same expected for the rest of the day, mostly sunny. There are some clouds above, but a beautiful afternoon as John Lester pours in strike number 1, and we're underway. Elvis Andrus has had a tough series and a tough go of it over the last couple of weeks as he has really struggled. Hitless in his last 26 at-bats, not anymore. Sends one back up the middle and into center field, and a base hit to get this Sunday afternoon started.
Elvis Andrus had been 0 for 4 against John Lester prior to this base hit. A fastball middle in that he takes right by the mound and up the middle for the base hit. So Andrus at first base with 23 steals on the season.
Had been 0 for 13 in the series and 0 for his last 26. Hasn't had a hit since July 8th. He's got one here to begin the first inning as Michael Young stands in, and one of the game's better hitters is hitting just under 300 to start the day at 299 with 12 homers and 55 runs batted in. And he has gone 3 for 16 in the last 4 games and seen that average drop from 318 down to 299. They got him picked off at first base if they can run him down. Youkilis with a flip and a tag from Bill Hall. They do get Andrus.
Looks like Elvis Andrus was guessing on first move from John Lester. As soon as he saw his leg come up, he took off, and Lester goes to first base. And now the extended rundown. Youkilis to Scutero to Youkilis to Bill Hall for the out. Youkilis wanted to track him down himself, but he couldn't catch him, so he goes to Bill Hall to get the out.
Now 1-0 to Young is fouled off. So how about that? Andrus gets on base finally in this series and ends up being thrown out, guessing and guessing wrong as John Lester and the Red Sox get him.
That happens a lot, Don, when you're a base stealer and you have it on base a lot. You want to go as soon as you get on.
Young takes the 1-1 inside for ball 2, and it's 2-1. This is the first time that Michael Young has been under 300 since May 18th. He just doesn't go through these stretches generally during the course of his career that he's currently in the midst of right now. He's the Rangers' all-time franchise leader in hits. Able to surpass Ivan Rodriguez back on June 16th. Here's a base hit to right field. Opposite field. Over is McDonald to play it in right. And it's a one-out single for Michael Young, and really highlights the out of Elvis Andrus.
Well, that's what he does so well. Go up the middle and go to the opposite field. He has that classic inside-out swing. Takes the fastball to the opposite field for the base hit. So 2 hits allowed by John Lester here in the first inning.
Hitting under 300 short-lived for Michael Young. With that base hit, he's up to 301. 1 out, 1 on. And Ian Kinsler, the batter. He's got a 10-game hitting streak coming into today's action. To third to Beltre. He's trying to start it. Round the horn they go. The Red Sox get a double play to conclude the top of the first. The Red Sox coming up from Fenway.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Jack Cairn of Framingham, Massachusetts. Leading off for the Red Sox, the shortstop, Mr. Marco Scudero. In right field, Darnell McDonald. The DH, David Ortiz. The first baseman, Kevin Youkilis. At third base, Mr. Adrian Beltre. In center field, Mike Cameron. At second base, Bill Hall. In left field, Mr. Daniel Nava. And batting ninth, the catcher, Dusty Brown.
Nice job, Jack. Maybe you'll have a future in pre- and post-game hosting someday.
Son of Tom Caron.
Familiar last name.
Like it's Youkilis.
Marco Scudero leading it off here in the bottom of the first inning. This one is chopped down the third baseline, foul, just outside the line. The starting pitcher today for the Texas Rangers is C.J. Wilson. So they've thrown some very good starters at the Red Sox in this series who have pitched very, very well, and certainly Cliff Lee did last night. It's the 19th start for C.J. Wilson. He's 7-5. He's logged 113 innings, and of course, he used to be a reliever. 4 2/3 last time out against the Orioles, a loss. Giving up 3 runs, walking 5, striking out 5. And is 1-1 in his career against Boston. But again, the bulk of that has come out of the bullpen. He has made 1 start against Boston. as he takes care of Scudero, striking him out to begin the bottom of the first inning.
The defense for the Texas Rangers, they're 8th in the American League, 57 errors on the season. Michael Young will be at third base. Elvis Andrus, the shortstop. Ian Kinsler at second, and Chris Davis at first. Left to right, Vladimir Guerrero, Julio Bourbon, and Nelson Cruz. And Matt Trainer doing the catching. Well, there was a changeup from C.J. Wilson to pick up the strikeout against Marco Scudero to start off the afternoon for him.
And therefore, strike one to Darnell McDonald, who gets the start in right field. J.D. Drew not playing today, and largely the reason is the numbers that C.J. Wilson has against left-handed batters. Left-handed batters are hitting at .096 against him. They're just 9 for 94 and have a .114 slugging percentage this season. Both numbers are the lowest in the majors among starters. Ortiz is in the lineup today, but J.D. Drew is not. And Terry Francona pointed to those numbers as the reason for Drew not being in there to start the contest today. Well, a nice win here last night for Terry Francona, much needed. Able to beat Cliff Lee, which was amazing last night. He was spectacular. The Red Sox tie the game against him, and then, of course, in extra innings, able to come away with the win. Deep short, Andrus' throw is in time, and Darnell McDonald is out number 2 of the first inning. Here comes Big Papi. It was fun last night. It really was to see both pitchers, John Lackey pitching very well, going toe-to-toe, and Lee would shut down the Red Sox, really stymieing them for 8 innings of the game.
Yeah, a real good ball game here at Fenway Park last night. Old classic pitchers duel. And some excitement at the end for the Red Sox.
They just took that 2-1 lead for him, and he was trying to get his second complete game for Texas since joining them. So Ortiz with a swing and a miss at 95, and it's 0-1. The road has not been kind to Wilson for the most part. He's winless on the road since his victory against the Red Sox back here at Fenway Park on April 22nd. His 10th pitch of the first inning is grounded foul. And it's 1-2. Used as the closer at one point for the Texas Rangers and has 3 saves against Boston in 13 games. 1 start against Boston of those 13 games. It's away, and it's 2-2 to Ortiz. In that start that he made against Boston, he went 6 2/3, giving up 4 hits and no runs. There are the overall numbers between his relief appearances and starts against Boston. Ortiz can hold up and strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 first for C.J. Wilson. Done with one on main day. We're scoreless from Fenway.
I think Jim's going to get MVP this year.
That's my pick. As the former MVP that I am, can be me.
Second inning back at Fenway Park as Vladimir Guerrero, no surprise, taking a hack at that first offering from John Lester. It's Guerrero, Hamilton, and Cruz in the second inning. Lester did give up 2 hits in the first, but a double play to get him out of any trouble. Rounded into by Ian Kinsler. Great year for Vladimir Guerrero, very much back at 324, 20 home runs and 76 runs batted in his new home, new uniform with the Texas Rangers. It is Guerrero, Hamilton, and Cruz to face Lester here in the second inning. And take a look at the John Lester that has matured today. A couple of hits in the first inning is not going to rattle him. And you think back to some of the years in the first half where it would be one inning that would seem to have him unravel. And he's really past that now. It doesn't seem to bother him, faze him. He can just calm down and get back into his game. And right now, one of the premier lefties in all of baseball is he walks Guerrero to begin the second inning.
World-class soccer comes to Boston Wednesday night in the Fenway Football Challenge presented by Dunkin' Donuts. Watch the Celtic Football Club take on Sporting Club de Portugal. The action begins live from Fenway at 7:30.
Walk to Guerrero. Here is Josh Hamilton. There's the DH. Playing in the outfield in the first 3 games. 348, 22 homers, and 66 runs batted in. I guess the one question today, Jerry, would be, is there any rust for John Lester? Because this is an extended time off for him, as they do give him some extra days with the break and all.
It could be early in the ball game. We saw a couple of base hits in the first inning, a walk to Guerrero. He's had a lot of time off. He did pitch that 1 inning in the All-Star game, but it may take him an inning or 2 to get back comfortable on the mound.
His last official start, the 9th, so 9 days ago. He has a pitch inside, but did have that inning in the All-Star game that Jerry alluded to. An All-Star for the first time in his career and pitched a perfect 6th inning. It was Boston's first left-handed starter turned an All-Star nod since Bruce Hurst back in 1987. This is sent foul off to the left, 1-2. Quite a series for Hamilton, quite a year for Hamilton. 5 for 12 in this particular series. Guerrero with a lead off first base has been running in this series, as this one is fouled off. It's time now for today's AT&T trivia question. And the question is, who is the only Texas Ranger to win an American League batting title? And the answer for you a little bit later. 1 on, nobody out. Second inning as Josh Hamilton, the DH, takes ball 2, 2-2. Since June the 1st, Josh Hamilton has hit at a Major League best 429. And his 348 average is the highest in the majors. On the ground towards shortstop, could be 2 again. Scudero touches the bag, fires to first. 2 innings and 2 double plays so far for the Red Sox defense. 2 down in the inning.
Now, John Lester does get a lot of ground balls, and a lot of those ground balls turn into double plays. Scudero going toward the bag. He'll just take it himself, and in plenty of time at first base to get Josh Hamilton. Here's Guerrero getting down and out of the way.
And 2 outs here in the second inning, and Nelson Cruz, the batter, wide open stance as he takes strike 1. 3 consecutive multi-hit games for Cruz, who hits at 316. And not only doing it offensively, but we saw some very good defense from him in this series in right. And he robbed Mike Cameron of a walk-off win last night, reaching into the bullpen to bring this back.
It looked like this ball had a chance to get out of the ballpark, and all of a sudden there's Cruz taking it out of the Red Sox bullpen. Had a couple other nice catches in the game last night, too.
Sprays this one foul off to the right. They went diving towards the pole area and down on the warning track down the right field line, a long distance to make a nice catch, one that Terry Francona did not even see. And Terry was talking about before the game today how little you can see of that right field corner from the dugout, just kind of waiting for the umpire's call. This is sent out to shallow right center and is not caught. Off the glove of Hall, who ended up being the closest, and grabbed by McDonald on a hop. It's kind of in the triangle out there of three Red Sox players trying to make the play.
Ball was up there a long time, and it looked like somebody might be able to get under it, but it's Bill Hall who called for it and couldn't quite get to it. The over-the-shoulder attempt by second baseman Bill Hall. Had he not called for it, I think McDonald might have had a better chance at it.
So, two-out base runner as Nelson Cruz at first base. And Chris Davis, the batter. Foul tip at the plate. Davis is 1 for 10 in this series against Boston, and overall at 197. He's been in the bulk of his year, 67 games at AAA Oklahoma City. Even though he was the opening day starting first baseman for Texas at 188 in the first 15 games of the year, and then was optioned to Oklahoma City. Guy who kind of burst on the scene for the Rangers and looked like he was going to be there for a long time, and spending a lot of this year at AAA. It's a fly ball to deep left field, sending Nava back almost to the track to make the catch that ends the inning. The Rangers strand a base runner, inning and a half done from the Fens without a score.
Change in sports through the University of Rhode Island's Big Idea Challenge. Visit NESN.com to submit your big idea. Presented by the University of Rhode Island, a place for big ideas.
Bottom of the second inning, no score from Fenway Park as last night's hero Kevin Youkilis stands in and takes strike one. Not the first time that
He's done those kinds of things. Last night, the Red Sox in dire need of a victory. It's their first of the unofficial second half of the year. He stepped up in a big way. Really, if the Red Sox are to stay afloat here and hang tough with all the injuries, they're going to need more of the same from guys like Kevin Youkilis and David Ortiz and the regulars who are healthy at the moment. And last night, Kevin Youkilis taking matters into his own hands. Red Sox beginning the day 5.5 games back of the Yankees. The Tampa Bay Rays in between. They're 2 games back of the Yankees, and of course they continue to play their series at the Yankee Stadium. This is through the left side. First base hit, first base runner of the day for Boston.
Well, we gave you the numbers in the open, how well Kevin Youkilis does against the Texas Rangers. That continues. Looks like a cut fastball that time. He'll roll over and take the ground ball between third and short for the base hit.
The key matchup is brought to you by New England Acura dealers against C.J. Wilson. Good numbers. Chance to face him quite a bit in the American League West, where Beltre called home as member of the Seattle Mariners. As Beltre takes strike one. Adrian 0 for 3 in the game last night with a walk, and 2 for 7 in the series. Well, a 4-game series, you get a chance to really see a team, especially where you don't get to see Texas very much, and you take a look at what we've seen, and pretty impressive ball club at the moment, this Texas Rangers team.
It has been. I was talking to their analyst, Tom Grieve, who does the games for the Texas Rangers, and I said, man, I like your club a lot, and he said, yeah, we're a lot better than we were in the past. We're not striking out as much. Our pitching is better. I mean, they've got a shot.
The bullpen has been very strong. And the starters have been strong, and that's really the area you think about a Texas Rangers team over the last decade or so. You think about all kinds of offense and no pitching. They have rectified that situation, and you have to think Nolan Ryan at the top has a lot to do with that. And they go and get Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, and they go out and get some very good pitching along the way. And right now they are top the American League West, a 3.5-game lead over the Angels. There's Mike Maddox, who was kind of courted away from the Milwaukee Brewers, where he was the pitching coach at the time. And Texas really wanted him, and they got him. He's become one of the premier pitching coaches in the game. And then you get this guy, a deal during the season, maybe a rental for the moment, but he's with him the rest of the way. Hit and run, it's fouled off. His running at first was Youkilis. Youkilis on a 3-2 pitch takes off that time.
Youkilis off his first base on the 3-2 count. Ball fouled off by Adrian Beltre. Try it again.
Joe, Nolan Ryan, having played with him with the Angels, and imagine him having a team that would not have good pitching. I mean, I would think that would be.
He's been number one priority.
Yeah. One thing has been the ownership situation for Texas, kind of in flux. This is out towards center field and deep, back towards the 379 marker and off the wall. Youkilis trying to score from first base. The throw will not get to the plate, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Adrian Beltre doubles in the game's first run.
Well, Beltre puts a charge into this. Another cut fastball out to the 379 mark here at Fenway Park. And, of course, Youkilis has no problem scoring. Fielded by Vladimir Guerrero out there in left field. Brings it into the cutoff position. Actually overthrows them. And Youkilis scores the first run of the game.
So a single and a double and a run in to begin this bottom of the second inning. And it gets started by the guy who finished last night, Kevin Youkilis. Now Mike Cameron thought he had a walk-off home run last night, but robbed on a nice catch by Nelson Cruz at the pen. Cameron does have 3 home runs in a Red Sox uniform, 14 RBIs. There's ball 2, 2-0. Cameron 2 for 7 in the series. And he has hit lefties very well. Cameron hitting at .444. All 3 of his home runs have been against left-handed pitching. It's a fly ball towards center field. Julio Bourbon makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
This is the official online shop of the Boston Red Sox at RedSox.com to browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the RedSox.com shop, except no substitutes.
Bill Hall at .234, 8 home runs and 25 runs batted in. All getting another start at second base today. On Thursday night, in the first game of the series, he started at third base. His first start at third base for Boston, and his first start since last year in August. At third, he appeared there in a game earlier this season, but made a start there. And adds it to the list of places that he has played defensively for Boston this year. Outside ball 2, 2-0.
Like to send get well wishes to Paul Welch of Somerville. He's at Mass Eye, so get well soon, Paul.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. A good pitch for C.J. Wilson.
Change up that time. Bill Hall expecting the fastball on the 2-0 count, did not get it, got the change up.
Adrian Beltre at second base, 1 out here in the second inning with a run in. Surrounds the plate but misses outside, 3-1. Ball 4, and the first walk given up by Wilson. He did walk 5 in his last outing, or the first of this outing. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. Red Sox have a run here in the second inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And Daniel Nava coming up. Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, on the mound for the first time. Now Wilson, the former closer for the Texas Rangers, and had 12 saves in his first year in that capacity in 07. He had 24 saves in 08 and 14 saves last year before they convert him to a starter.
Yeah, they've had a lot of guys run through that closer role in Texas.
The one they got right now is pretty good. And Neftali Feliz. 2-1, 1 out. Daniel Nava with a chance. As he grounds one towards short. Anders to second for 1, on to first for 2. And the Rangers turn the double play to end the inning. But the Red Sox get a run. It's 1-0 Boston at the end of 2. Michael Bowden back with the Red Sox as he is back from Pawtucket and in the bullpen this time as a reliever and available today for Terry Francona. As it has been kind of a roster move today here for the Red Sox as we move along. It's been that bullpen a little bit in the last 24 to 48 hours. Of course, you had Manny Del Carmen back last night. And Michael Bowden is here today. They designated Simon Gustavo Molina, who's being used as a third catcher after Dusty Brown joined the team here last night. First stint of this season for Michael Bowden with the Red Sox, 23-year-old. Matt Trainer catching the day game after the night game for Texas is quickly ahead 3-0. And of course, Dusty Brown getting the start today after Kevin Cash has done the bulk of the starting in the last 10 to 11 games for the Red Sox. There's ball 4, and it's the second straight inning that Lester has walked the first batter. Very unusual. He wanted to know where that was. Thought it was a strike. Words for Gary Darling, the home plate umpire.
Well, let's take a look at the last pitch from John Lester. A little bit inside, didn't miss by very much, but not getting the strike call. And Lester not happy about it.
Julio Bourbon shows bunt, pulls back, and takes strike one. He's 1 for 16 in his last 5 games. And hitting at .272 overall, 3 homers and 25 runs batted in. He's seen his average in the last 16 games drop from .298 down to .272. The lowest it's been since June the 9th. Fouls it off at the plate, 0-2. Vote for the Amica Pitcher of the Week at Nesson.com and enter to win a $100 gift card from Nesson to the Yawkey Way Team Store. Leadoff walk for Matt Trainer and 0-2 to Julio Bourbon. And it's flared foul. We'll do it again, 0-2. Bourbon has now started 73 games in center field and has been very good defensively. Well, perhaps more for his defense than his offense. Strike 3 call. Takes a look at the first strikeout for John Lester of his outing. 1 down here in the 3rd inning.
Cut fastball from John Lester inside corner to pick up the strikeout right at the top of the strike zone.
We'll get the first K of the day ready to go. 1 out, Trainer at first, and second time through this Texas order. Elvis Andrus single to center field, first time up. And his first hit in 26 at bats. Towards third base slowly, Beltre will go to first base for the out. High throw, but Euclid comes down on the bag as Trainer takes second, 2 down. It's time now for the answer to today's AT&T trivia question. Who's the only Ranger to win the American League batting title? And the answer is Julio Franco, 341 back in 1991. 341 average is the highest single season average ever by a Ranger. Mickey Rivers has the second highest single season average. 333. Hamilton entering the day at 348. First in the American League. And Al Oliver owns the Rangers team record for highest average all time, hitting at 319. Two outs, Trainer at second base. Michael Young a single his first time up. 2 down, Trainer at second base. Young with a single his first time up, 3 hits off Lester through 2 2/3 innings. There's another strike, and it's 2-2. And Kinsler waiting on deck. Drops it foul, and it hangs at 2-2. Tampa Bay with a 3-2 lead over the Yankees today as they play in the 3rd inning at Yankee Stadium in Game 3 of that series. David Price was scheduled to pitch here today, 12-4 against Andy Pettit, 11-2. So a good pitching matchup scheduled there for their 3rd game of the series.
That 2 pitches that worked in the All-Star game.
Pitch 40 for Lester is back at him. A nice backhanded play to first, underhanded to end the inning. 2.5 done from Fenway Park. It's 1-0 Boston.
Brought to you by Foxwoods.
1-0 Red Sox on top of the Rangers as we head to the last half of the 3rd inning. Dusty Brown, Marco Scutaro, Darnell McDonald to face C.J. Wilson, who gave up a run in the 2nd inning. Start here today for Dusty Brown, who's 0 for 1 with the Red Sox, but in Pawtucket this year in 52 games, a .225 average, 5 homers. Mice and rats can be very scary, especially when you don't know they're coming. Boy, it really does look bad.
That was you knocking me over to get out of the way of a mouse. A fake mouse.
You're lucky you didn't end up in the stairwell, because there's a stairwell just to the left of you there. I mean,
I'd have sued you.
I couldn't get away fast enough. Swing and a miss. 92 up and away, and it's strikeout number 3 for Wilson. Let's check in with Naoko Funiyama.
Don, no doubt Michael Bowden is absolutely thrilled to be playing up here with the Red Sox. Now, he says he's been working on transitioning to the bullpen for about 2 weeks, and the most challenging thing has been changing up his routine.
Finding a routine that really works for me, knowing how long it takes me to get ready, how many pitches I need to throw before I need to go in the game, just stuff like that. But like I said, the transition has come very smoothly, and I've learned a lot in the last 2 weeks, so I feel very comfortable.
Terry Francona says he knows how frustrated Bowden was to not make the big club coming out of spring training, but he says now it's his chance to contribute. Don?
All right, thank you very much, Naoko. And back again here with the Red Sox, a couple times up in some dire needs for the Red Sox at times, having to take some for the team on occasion. A couple of tough outings, and sometimes that's tough to shake as a young pitcher. But certainly maturing in Pawtucket and getting another opportunity here with the Red Sox. As Marco Scutaro bats with one out here in the third inning.
There was a question for Terry Francona today about Bowden, and, you know, does he mind being out of the bullpen? He said he wouldn't mind playing shortstop as long as he's in the big leagues.
It was interesting. They tried to get him into some situations where there were men on base and have him come in and try to fix it, and just to kind of test him as part of this relief role for him now. This is down the left field line and sent foul into the seats. Trying to present him with what he could be presented with here and get a feel for whether or not it would work, and apparently he came through with flying colors.
He had to clean up some dirty innings, yes, they said.
I wonder how they set that up. I told the pitcher, let a few guys on, and they were going to bring in Michael Bowden. Let's load the bases. And we'll see how it goes.
Let's make this a real dirty inning, and let's see if Bowden can clean it up.
3-2 is fouled off. Scutaro struck out in the first inning. One of 3 strikeouts for Wilson today. Darnell McDonald waiting on deck. Sox batting in the third. Swing and a miss. It's by him at 93, and Scutaro strikes out for the second time today.
4 strikeouts already on the afternoon for C.J. Wilson. Got Scutaro on a changeup back in the first inning. This time it's the fastball for the strikeout.
Well, for Wilson in the starting role, he's 7-5 coming into today, and we find it interesting how guys have to change their approach, having been a closer in the past and now trying to stretch out what they have over the course of more innings. And of course, for him, it started in spring training, the whole concept. A 1-0. He was outside 2-0. McDonald bounced to short in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. There's ball 3, 3-0. Well, Darnell McDonald getting 2 sacrifice bunts down last night. As he takes strike 1, 3-1. Terry Francona doing with this roster what he can to win games. You mentioned in the pregame show, if you got Dustin Pedroia in your normal 2 spot, you're not doing what you did last night. There's ball 4, and McDonald down to first base with 2 outs in the inning. It's time for the catch of the day. That was the D'Angelo Lobster Nation catch of the day. Find your best catch of the day at D'Angelo. Your famous lobster lineup is back and loaded with 100% real lobster. Try the lobster roll, the big stuffed lobster, or a little lobster sandwich. Come on, you deserve D'Angelo. And they get a souvenir that they might share.
Yeah, it sounds like a negotiation. It looks like one. I'll hold it this inning. I'll let you have the baseball next inning.
Not going well. She's holding the tickets. He's got the baseball. You can tell she wants the baseball.
Dad's got the sore left hand.
Check on first, and McDonald back to the bag at first. We're back to the Pedroia point. They changed that last night. That sacrifice stuff probably does not happen.
If Dustin's sitting in that second spot, they probably do not sacrifice it. Maybe once, but not twice in that game last night. They let Pedroia swing the bat. With him not in there and Donnell McDonald in the 2-hole, things change. And you play according to your, the talent you have on the field. And that's how Francona managed the game last night. And ended up being successful.
Would you agree this has been the most challenging year for the manager?
I'd have to say so when you have this many injuries to key players.
Not only that, but the beginning of the year dealing with so many unhappy veterans, guys who are used to playing every day. And that, the roles changing for those guys, I think, really took up a lot of April. And then the injuries became a story. And all of it has been managed as best you can by Terry Francona so far this year into July the 18th. The good news is that they're starting to filter back. And the good news on Dustin Pedroia, that he's healing well. Off the crutches now as Ortiz with a swing and a miss strikes out. Wilson strikes out the side. It's 5 Ks for him. We're through 3. Red Sox on top 1-0. Top half of the 4th inning, 1-0. Red Sox on top as Ian Kinsler, Vladimir Guerrero, and Josh Hamilton face John Lester here in the 4th inning. Works out to be 2, 3, and 4 in the Rangers order. Kinsler bounced into a 5-4-3 double play back in the 1st inning. Lester has allowed the lead runner to reach in each of the first 3 innings. A single for Andrus in the first, a walk for Guerrero in the second, a walk for Trainer in the third. But he's been able to work around that situation every time. And the Red Sox defense has been able to turn 2 double plays in behind him. Lester is 2-0 with a 3.55 ERA in his career against Texas. Fouled off, 2-2. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. And both starters in the game today are on the list of opponent batting average. American League leaders. Leicester's 203 opponent batting average, and C.J. Wilson at 210. Colby Lewis 209 we've seen in this series. Kinsler goes around and strikes out. It's a second K for Leicester. There's one out in the 4th inning.
Leicester gets Kinsler on the curveball to pick up his second strikeout. It was a cut fastball to Bone for his first strikeout. The curveball to Ian Kinsler for his second.
One out for Vladimir Guerrero. Walked in the 2nd inning. Sends one softly. Off the mound is Lester to gather and throw. Nice play. Got off there quickly and really had the only chance. Beltre was charging. 2 down.
Tonight on Charlie Moore Outdoors, Charlie and Angela head to South Beach in the Everglades for a bass fishing excursion that includes a visit from a few unfriendly alligators. Find out what happens tonight at 8, only on Nesson. That's what happens when you go to the Everglades.
Yes.
You don't know if they're friendly or unfriendly alligators, but you got to see them.
We've made our way across Alligator Alley many times during the spring.
It's quite a ride, isn't it?
It is. Always look forward to it. We actually stopped for the first time. Was it last year? I guess it was 2 years ago. This is to the left. Nava will not get there. Jumps in front of him for a base hit. And Hamilton is aboard with 2 down in the inning on the 4th Texas hit of the day.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago, Don, because we went over to do a game and it rained. Remember, it rained heavy, and they finally played the game, and it went late. Went to probably about 6 o'clock, and we started that drive back across Alligator Alley, and we stopped at probably the only place you can stop.
This is the last gas station for like miles. Yeah. That was the day we sat for 3 hours in Jupiter and then finally played the game.
Ran a rain delay, yeah. It was quite a day.
The longest rain delay in the history of spring training. Nelson Cruz singled in the 2nd inning.
We had a great schedule last spring.
We didn't leave Fort Myers, did we?
Did not leave Fort Myers. Every home game and in games at Hammond Stadium. Perfect.
Swing and a miss. Kinsler struck out. Guerrero grounded back to the mound. Hamilton single.
I go back to the days, and this is prior to your time with Nesson, which is now your 10th year. Well, we used to do just about all the games in spring training.
Wow.
It was terrible.
You'd be driving every day.
Every single day. You'd get home like at 9 o'clock. Next day you're up. You're going to Sarasota.
You must have been a joy to be around.
Oh, it was awful.
Jerry, you're going to Sarasota today, tomorrow
Bradenton, Vero Beach. Oh, my goodness.
To left center field, and trouble as this one is through the alley to the track and the wall. Hamilton trying to score from first base, trying to tie the score. The throw to the plate is not in time. Throw to third is going to get away and will lead to another run. Here comes Cruz to score. So not only have the Rangers tied the score, they've taken the lead.
Now, Cruz has had some kind of series here for the Texas Rangers. There's the throw for Dusty Brown. The run scores Hamilton, and the throw is going to be dropped by Adrian Beltre at third base in a rush to catch the ball and apply the tag. The ball comes out of the webbing of his glove. It was there in time, but he did not have control of the baseball.
So it is Beltre who's charged with the error on the play. Not Brown on the throw, but Beltre had it and then dropped it, and he's charged with the error. Allows the go-ahead run. Texas on top 2-1 with 2 outs here in the 4th inning now, and the base is empty. Chris Davis takes ball 1 outside. to center field. Cameron coming in to make the catch on the sinking liner that ends the inning. But Texas scores twice and takes a 2-1 lead. In the game for the first time at Fenway Park. Welcome. With Massachusetts represented here, and the Red Sox and Rangers play into the bottom of the fourth inning. Youkilis hits a fly ball out towards right center. Bourbon from center field will make the catch with Nelson Cruz alongside.
Tough seat for a game. You could be a winner of the KM Lucky Dog contest. At every home game in July, KM will give one lucky fan free Fenway Franks and 2 Players Club tickets to a future game. Look for the KM Grill Cook at Fenway.
One out in the fourth inning. Adrian Beltre, the batter, knocked in the Red Sox lone run with his double in the second inning. Five strikeouts in the first 3 innings for C.J. Wilson, who falls behind here 2-0.
Strikeout high is 9. He did that in the first game of the season he pitched in against the Toronto Blue Jays.
On the outside corner for strike one, 2-1. It is his 19th start of the year. Comes in at 7-5 with a 3.35 earned run average. This is on the ground. Well placed is Kinsler defensively at second base. And he throws out Beltre, 2 down.
Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities.
So 2 down here in the fourth inning, and it brings up Mike Cameron. Flied out to center field in the second. Mentioned earlier, all 3 of Mike Cameron's home runs this year been off left-handed pitching. As he fouls one off to the right, and he's down 0-2.
A lot going on. Had the phone in his hand, hat, and still able to make the catch.
No swing, says Bruce Dreckman, first base umpire, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Cameron as he changes up. It is the 6th strikeout for C.J. Wilson. It's a 2-1 Rangers lead. Fifth inning, Matt Trainer leads it off for the Texas Rangers. And enjoying the catching today, Benji Molina getting the day off. It's Trainer, Bourbon, and Andrus here in the 5th. And strike one to Trainer, who walked to lead off the 3rd inning. One of 2 walks given up today by John Lester. Swing and a miss, 1-2. John Lester has won 3 decisions in a row at San Francisco, home against Baltimore, and last time out at Toronto prior to the break. He's had only 1 loss since April the 18th. It's his 19th start of the year, comes in at 11-3 with a 2.78 earned run average. And his ERA is good for 5th in the American League. This one out to left field. Daniel Nava moves over to make the running grab for the first out.
Red Sox fans ought to remember every game night at midnight to tune in to NESN for Sox and 2 is the latest matchup replayed in a convenient 2-hour format. Sox and 2 is brought to you by Ace Tickets. Great seats and great prices.
1 out in the 5th, and Julio Bourbon, who struck out looking in the 3rd inning. It's not been a big strikeout day yet for John Lester. Only 2 Ks today, but Bourbon is one of them. He got him looking back in the 3rd inning. Pitch 60 for Lester is strike one. To left field. Now the started in, but it ends up over his head. To the track and the wall as Bourbon heads to second base. Now his read initially was to come in, and it ends up over his head.
Yeah, I misplayed that off contact. Started to come in on it, and the ball was hit hard and rifled quickly over the head of Daniel Navar out there in left field. Put the brakes on, went into a little bit of a skid and could never recover to get back and make the catch.
So Bourbon at second base with a double. In scoring position with one out in the fifth, and Elvis Andrus is the batter. He's 1 for 2. The bunt is a little pop-up. Youkilis will knock down, but everybody's going to be safe. If he could catch it in the air, would have been one thing, but once he bobbled it, nothing he could really do with it, and it works out to be a bunt base hit for Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, what is a lousy bunt really turns into a productive play. I mean, the bunt's popped up, but there's nothing you could do with it. Even if he comes up clean with that, he's not going to have a play at third base on the runner going to third, and there's certainly no play at first base for Elvis Andrus.
So Andrus gets a hit, and it's his second hit of the day as John Farrell heads out to talk to Lester. Texas all of a sudden having runners at first and third and one out, already on top 2-1.
Top flight European soccer comes to Fenway Park in 3 days. This Wednesday night at 8, the Celtic Football Club of the Scottish Premier League will take on the Sporting Club de Portugal from the Portuguese Liga in the Fenway Football Challenge. Tickets are on sale now at tickets.com/football at Fenway.
No, it's Julio Bourbon at third base. Cross the diamond. Elvis Andrus at first base. One out in the fifth. And Michael Young, 1 for 2, a single in the first inning. Grounded back to the mound in the third. Check on Andrus at first. Back to the bag. Rangers are fourth in stolen bases in the American League heading into today's action. Well, taps it foul, and it's 1-1. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. First and third for the Rangers here in the fifth inning with one out. Michael Young, the count of 1-1 as Lester works from the stretch. With another check on first base, and Andrus easily back to the bag. Amazing how consistent Lester has been as far as earned run average goes between home and road splits. At Fenway Park at home this year, he has a 2.77 ERA. On the road, he has a 2.78 ERA. Just 1 point difference for Lester, home and road. The home record is 6-1 in 9 games started, while the road record is 5-2 in 9 games started. The bottom line is he's just been good. Today, trailing 2-1, the offense has not given him a lot to work with. And trying to get out of this fifth inning jam. Young fouls it off. 95 on the fastball, 2-2.
Again with 2 strikes now on Michael Young. They really shade him the other way. Mike Cameron in center field. And, of course, Donnell McDonald in right field. They were pretty much straight up when the count was even, but when the count goes to 2 strikes, they kind of slide over a little bit. A little bit more defensive with the swing.
Working away with ball 3. Lester wanted it. Full count.
Tried that cut fastball, tried to go backdoor with it outside corner and just missed.
Kinsler on deck, 1 out in the 5th. Runner going at first, a strikeout, throw down to second base. Now they're going to come to the plate quickly, and they can't get him in time. Bourbon is in. They elected in the 1st and 3rd, and the strikeout of Young to throw through. Brown throws down. As soon as he does, Bourbon takes off for the plate and scores.
Perfectly executed double steal there by the Texas Rangers. The strikeout. And the runner the runner Andres at first base slows up as the throw goes through. Scudero now has to come home with it, and it's not going to be in time. They head for a slide before the tag of Dusty Brown. Nice slide there at home plate by Bourbon. So these Texas Rangers have been very aggressive on the base paths.
2 down in the inning. Andrus in scoring position at second. Kinsler the batter. As he takes ball 1. Kinsler grounded into a double play in the 1st inning. Struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Tried to hold up. Looked like he went, and he did, according to Bruce Streckman, first base umpire.
That's a swing.
"70 pitches for Lester through 4 2/3 innings. Not close with ball 2, 2-1. First start of this season for Lester against Texas was 1-0 and 2 starts against them last year. Tossed a complete game 2-hitter his last start at Fenway Park against Texas back on June 6th of last year. Gave up 1 run to the Rangers last year and 11 strikeouts in that complete game effort against them. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Up in a huge strikeout day so far for Lester. 3 Ks on the afternoon. He is 4th in the American League in strikeouts to start today. Jared Weaver leading the American League with 142 strikeouts.
It's a little bit of a surprise,
yes,
isn't it?
It is. Felix Hernandez 2nd. And Francisco Liriano 3rd. Used to seeing Verlander near the top. He is 6th currently. There's ball 3, full count. Three-two pitch to Ian Kinsler. On the ground towards shortstop. Marco Scudero's got it. Fires to first for the out that ends the inning. But Texas picks up another run. Halfway through this one, the Rangers have a 3-1 lead.
While at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org.
3-1 Texas on top of Boston now, bottom of the 5th inning. And Bill Hall leading it off. It is the bottom third of the Red Sox order. Hall, Nava, and Brown to face C.J. Wilson. Hall worked a walk in the 2nd inning. 2 walks allowed by C.J. Wilson, who's got a 2-run lead now as he works in the 5th. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and it is 1-2. Daniel Nava waits on deck as the Red Sox bat here in the bottom of the 5th. C.J. Wilson, spending the past 4 years as a reliever, won the job in the rotation out of spring training. He made 6 starts early in his big league career back in 05, but had made 247 consecutive relief appearances until this year. And had wrapped up 52 career saves. In fact, it's the most by a left-handed pitcher in club history. Starting games, a 7-game winner heading into today's action, and has a 3-1 lead here in the 5th. On the corner for strike 3. 7th strikeout for C.J. Wilson.
He is very, very sharp here this afternoon, hitting corners. He hits the outside corner with this fastball to Bill Hall. Nothing down the middle of the plate, and that at bat to Bill Hall. Everything on the corners, inside, outside.
One out in the 5th inning. And again, 7 Ks for Wilson as Daniel Nava takes ball 1 away. Nava grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the 2nd inning. We've seen some very good starting pitching in this series, really from both sides. A strike, and it's 2-1 to Nava. Nava had last night off, back in there again today. Played on Friday night and was 1 for 5. It's up high, and Nava will take the walk, the 1-out walk, as we check back in with Nalco.
Don, there is a big Sox drive going here at the park this weekend. Netson has teamed up with the Red Sox Foundation for Sox to collect socks for the Boston Healthcare for the Homeless program.
People who are living on the streets trying to survive against the elements and in the cold and the heat depend on their feet. And socks, clean socks, are not only comfortable, but they help people stay healthy. For people who have diabetes, it helps keep them from their feet from getting infected. And it turns out to be something simple and really practical. And in truth, it becomes really something we can give to people that they really appreciate, and it helps bring them into healthcare.
Over the last 4 years, the Sox Drive has collected over 68,000 pairs of socks. So many thanks to the fans. Don?
All right, thank you very much, Nalco. Red Sox Nation, in a big way, has helped out over the years, and a great cause, and continue to do so, I'm sure, for many years. Doing this for a long time. And we thank the fans who brought Sox this weekend here to Fenway Park. Dusty Brown batting for the second time today. Struck out swinging in the third inning. On the corner as Wilson continues to work him. It's 1-2. "76 pitches through 4 1/3 innings for C.J. Wilson. 111 in his last outing. As this one fouled off, and it hangs at 1-2. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. Whether it's banking, investments, or insurance, Eastern Bank is here to help you and your community win. For each Red Sox win this month, the Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation will donate $500 to the Boys and Girls Club of Metro West. One-two pitch is on the ground to short, to second for 1, on to first for 2. Texas Rangers turn their second inning-ending double play of the day. It's 3-1 Texas at the end of 5. Three to 1 Texas on top as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. And it's Vladimir Guerrero, Josh Hamilton, and Nelson Cruz to bat in the inning. Tapper foul. 76 pitches now for Lester. On the ground right side, Hall to the outfield grass from one knee to get Vladimir Guerrero. Nice sprawling play that took him to the outfield. Roll a long distance to get that, but it gets Guerrero.
Yeah, he was playing Vladdy up the middle, and he had a long way to go to get this ground ball. Down to his knees, the slide, and from his knees, he's got that very strong throwing arm and throws him out at first base. Nice play by Bill Hall.
One down here in the 6th inning. Josh Hamilton, the batter. Hamilton grounded into a double play in the 2nd inning, singled and scored in the 4th.
Well, what's red, white, and winningly delicious? Lobster at Uno. Now for a limited time, choose from incredible lobster dishes, everything from lobster rolls to lobster mac and cheese. It's only at Uno, way deeper than pizza.
Fly ball to center field. Cameron battling the sun in center. makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, it's an official game here at Fenway Park as we play in the sixth, and a sellout today marks the 600th consecutive sellout on the Red Sox game at Fenway Park, dating back to May 15th of 2003. And it extends the club's major league record. And in appreciation, commemorative baseballs thrown out by the Red Sox just prior to the first pitch of the game today. Ball reaches at Fenway Park. No one's getting them today, thrown out by the players. Really has been an amazing run.
It has been. How spoiled we've been. 600 sellouts. Full house every time you come to play baseball at Fenway Park.
Now you hear the different players this year, the Scuderos and the Beltres and the guys who know about Fenway Park coming here to play for the first time. And, you know, opening day comes and goes and it's sold out. But you know what? Game 2 is also sold out. And all season is. And that's the difference in so many cities across the major leagues where you play that first game and you said, boy, this is going to be great. And then game 2, you get half the facility empty.
Yeah, if that. Maybe a third of it is about as full as opening day.
This one tapped foul, and it's 2-2.
I remember those days here, Don. You know, opening day, full house. Second game would be probably a day game. We used to play a lot of day games in April, and you'd have maybe 15,000, 16,000 people here.
Hard to imagine now. And again, this run started on May 15th of 2003. As Cruz has hurt himself.
You could always tell what kind of crowds you were going to have when you looked under where the retired numbers are. If those seats started to fill up, you knew that you were going to have a big crowd on that particular day. If not, it was just going to be, you know, one of those normal Fenway crowds where a lot of vacant seats out there in right field, about half the bleachers full. Tomorrow night at 8:30, join TC and Heck for 30 extra minutes of coverage before the Sox make their first stop on the West Coast trip in Oakland. It's Red Sox Monster Monday presented by BMW of Peabody, live at 8:30 tomorrow night. Well, Nelson Cruz taking one off the foot, right off that left foot. And trying to get back in the box now.
The pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5 2/3 deep. 7 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them are earned. He's walked 2, struck out 3. Pitch 86. It's a 2-2 and a strikeout. His 4th K. 1-2-3, 6th inning. 5.5 done. It's 3-1 Texas. Bottom of the 6th inning, Texas on top 3-1 as Marco Scutaro leads it off for Boston here in the 6th. He's had a tough day against C.J. Wilson, faced him twice and struck out both times. Wilson has 7 strikeouts through the first 5 innings. A fair ball. Down towards the corner. Scutaro heads to second base. He's got a leadoff double to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
Scutaro gets a cut fastball and cleans it out down that left field line. The ball bounces and right here is touched by a fan. That should be fan interference, but they would give Scutaro second base anyway. Remember, on fan interference, it's in the judgment of the umpire where the base runner should be placed. And, of course, the correct call there would have been second base. It's not a ground rule double.
Scutaro at second base. Nobody out. Darnell McDonald grounded out in the first. He walked in the third. This one fouled off.
Introducing Arbor Coat Exterior Stain by Benjamin Moore, a revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer.
Donald takes ball 1-1-1. Darnell grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. He walked in the third inning. That's here. Scutaro at second base and nobody out. Red Sox trailing by 2 runs. Red Sox and Rangers have played 6 games already this year together. They've split the season series 3 games apiece. The Red Sox have not yet traveled to Texas. Red Sox will do that in August.
Should be nice and cool in August in Texas. Cowboys will be in training camp.
We'll be there for a weekend series, the 13th through the 15th. Actually, a long trip. New York for 4, Toronto for 3, and then Texas for 3. This is on the ground, third base. Young with a nice pick, looks the runner back, and throws sidearm to first to get McDonald. So 1 out in the inning as we check in with Tom Caron for a game break. TC? Okay, Tom, thanks very much. As we have a runner at second base and 1 out in the inning. Magic of television. It's incredible. David Ortiz stands in on the left side. There is Tom.
Can you imagine the speed it took TC to get back in the booth after having that hit out at Yorkie Way?
Incredible. I turned around and thanked him personally as he's standing behind me.
And he changed. Jack read the lineups today, of course. But that was amazing, blistering speed from Tom Caron.
Some kind of game break from Tom Caron. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1 to Ortiz, who does not like the call. Thought it was away.
C.J. Wilson's been near those corners all afternoon, and he's getting the benefit of some calls that are just off the outside corner right now.
He has 7 strikeouts. Only one of them have been a called third strike. Scudero at second, 1 down. There's ball 2, 2-1. Wilson at 88 pitches as he works here with 1 out in the 6th inning.
I know Jack, Tom's son, was disappointed a little bit today because they are having the post-game show out on Yawkey Way. Didn't get a chance to take the helicopter back to the Nesson Studios, HD Center in Watertown.
Always a big thrill. In the air to left field. Guerrero comes in a step and makes the catch to retire Ortiz for the 2nd out of the inning.
Tomorrow night after Monday, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe Red Sox Game Day Live with TC and Dennis Eckersley. They'll preview the 10-game West Coast road trip for the Sox tomorrow night at 9, only on Nesson. Just want to, also mention the fact that we've got a lot of people that inquire about the possibility of renting that helicopter, and it's really not for rent.
No, it's not. It's exclusive.
Business purposes. That's
right.
it.
You have to be Tom Caron, a friend of Tom Caron's, or someone who's part of the show. And it's in Tom's contract. This is another issue.
It's amazing how many people have inquired about that.
Yeah, a lot of mail about that.
Yeah.
Two outs here in the 6th inning. Catch made in left field by Vladimir Guerrero and David Ortiz. And when you think about Vladimir Guerrero playing the outfield those years with the Angels, it was right field. This is his first career start in left field. And it comes here in his long career in Texas Rangers uniform at Fenway Park. Made the catch on Ortiz, is out for out number 2 here of the 6th inning. Doing a lot of DHing these days for Texas. And doing it well as that pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Very good bounce back here for Vladimir Guerrero. There's some in Los Angeles who thought he may be sort of at the end after a couple of tough years there in Los Angeles. Not the case. Euclid takes ball 3, 3-1. Singled in the 2nd, flied out to center field in the 4th. 1 for 2 today. Outside ball 4. 4th walk given up by C.J. Wilson. 2 on, 2 down. Mike Maddox to the mound.
Get one of the best sports sections in the country delivered to your home every day. Sign up now for convenient Boston Globe home delivery. Call 888-MY-GLOBE or go to bostonglobe.com/sports.
Two down, 2 on, and Adrian Beltre with a chance here. The Red Sox have the tying runs on base. As home plate umpire Gary Darling, the crew chief, goes out to break up this conference. With the line for C.J. Wilson, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run. Walked 4, struck out 7. He did walk 5 in his last outing. And trying to work out of this jam here. The Red Sox have had base runners in 4 of 6 innings in this game. But have only left 2 on. The Rangers have turned 2 double plays to end innings. Beltre takes ball one. Adrian with an RBI double. Knocked in the Red Sox lone run back in the second inning. Grounded out to second base in the fourth inning. As Mike Cameron waits on deck. Bluff at second, sending Scudero back to the bag. Inside, 2-0. Well, the league leader in this spot with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Nick Maddox on the phone. We may see our first action of the day in the pen for Texas. And stirring now as Beltre digs in with a count of 2-0. Sidewinder Darren O'Day. Looks like he's going to start to throw. Beltre all geared up, fouls it off. Two on, two down here in the Red Sox half of the sixth inning. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Change up that time from Wilson to get Beltre a bit off balance on this swing.
Swing and a miss. 92 and by him. He strikes out Beltre to get his 8th K. Red Sox strand a pair. It's Texas 3, Boston 1. Of the 7th inning at Fenway Park for John Lester, who just threw his 100th pitch. Davis, Trainer, and Bourbon to bat here in the 7th inning. It's actually his 88th pitch coming up here, and it is tap foul. Helps when you turn the card over.
That's okay.
Because C.J. Wilson has thrown 99 pitches through 6, and that would be his 100th pitch.
Sometimes we're very busy here between innings, and you forget to turn your card over.
But then you flip it over, and it's good news. Lester's only thrown 88.
I've done that many, many times, Don.
This is chopped to short. Scudero plays the high hop. There's one out in the 7th inning.
Red Sox fans, make your way to Fenway Park this July and August with the Summer Double Play Packs. Pair a great summer weekend game with a summer weeknight game and America's most beloved ballpark. Visit RedSox.com/doubleplay to get your packs today.
One out for Matt Trainer, catching the day game after the night game for Texas. Walked in the 3rd inning, flied out to left in the 5th. Angie Molina on the bench today for the Rangers. Trainer is 2 for his last 16. He had a lot of playing time lately for Texas. He started just 3 of the last 14 games since July the 2nd. He was traded at the end of spring training, acquired from the Milwaukee Brewers. Infielder Ray Olmedo is in Brewers camp as a non-roster invitee. Last year appeared in the big leagues with the Tigers for 4 games. But, had surgery last year mid-season and missed most of the year. Had a torn labrum. And now a member of the Texas Rangers, getting his 3rd plate appearance of the day. His trainer now, Bourbon next, as the Rangers bat here in the 7th inning. Trainer with a swing and a miss, strikes out. He gets away from Brown, who clears the runner and throws him out at first base. 5th strikeout for John Lester. Put out goes 2-3, 2 down.
Excellent curveball here by John Lester to pick up the strikeout. Nice block also by Dusty Brown, and then retiring the man at first base.
Two outs, 7 in a row, retired by Lester. Brings up Julio Bourbon, who has struck out looking and doubled and scored a run. One fouled off. It's 0-2 to Bourbon, who is 24 years of age. Last year, his first year in the big leagues, hit .312, 46 games for Texas. Played collegiately at the University of Tennessee. And it takes ball 1, 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's away, and again, Brown's got to run it down. The throw, after a bit of a hesitation, is in time. It looked like he wasn't going to throw it, but he does. 6 strikeouts for Lester, 1-2-3-7, 7th inning stretch with the Rangers on top 3-1. Donuts is the hometown favorite for coffee. Dunkin' Donuts would like to recognize the hometown favorite fan of the game. Look above and beyond, just like Dunkin' with 60 years of coffee greatness. Dunkin' Donuts is #1 for iced coffee. It is 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, there's been 8 strikeouts for C.J. Wilson, who is back out there for inning number 7. And he is about to throw his 100th pitch of the day. Mike Cameron, Bill Hall, and Daniel Nava face him in the 7th. Red Sox trailing by 2 runs, down 3-1. Mike Cameron today against Wilson has flied out to center and struck out swinging. And going to work on the sunglasses. Darren O'Day warming up in the bullpen as this inning begins.
Immediately following the game, it's WB Mason Extra Innings Live with TC and Peter Gammons. They'll bring you John Lesser and Terry Francona's reaction from the press room right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live.
Cameron takes strike 1 from C.J. Wilson. Top foul at the plate. It's 0-2. Longest outing of the year for Wilson is 7 innings, and he has done it on 4 occasions. As he starts this 7th inning with 101 pitches now. Ball and 2 strikes to Mike Cameron. Posted quality starts and a team leading 12 of 17 outings. And he's done it again here today, going at least 6 innings and allowing just 1 run. He's led the Rangers in that category. He's now 6 out of his last 7 outings. There's strike 3. Cameron doesn't buy it at all, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim for Wilson. 1 down in the 7th inning.
Well, another pitch on the corner, this time the outside corner with the cut fastball. It's been a very impressive performance this afternoon by C.J. Wilson.
One out in the 7th. Bill Hall walked in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 5th. That's 1 foul off to the right. In there for strike 2. It's 0-2. The Red Sox to 3 hits and 1 run. The Boston run coming back in the 2nd inning on an RBI double by Adrian Beltre. As Hall strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wilson. In fact, it's 3 in a row, and that's the 10th punch out of the day.
That's a season high now for C.J. Wilson. I mentioned 9 was his high coming into the game, and that was in his first start of the season. Goes to the slider down in the dirt to Bill Hall. Will pick up the strikeout.
So 2 down here in the 7th inning, and Daniel Nava, the batter, bounced into a 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd. He walked in the 5th, and then was erased on a 6-4-3 double play, grounded into by Dusty Brown to end the 5th inning. As Texas has turned a pair of double plays today. Yankees are out to a 7-3 lead today against Tampa Bay in the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. The Rays and Yankees battle. Top two teams right now in the American League East. Wilson is a strike away from striking out the side. Post, but off the outside edge at 94, 2-2. Out there again, ball 3. Red Sox have left 4 men on base through the first 6 innings. Boston getting their run in the 2nd. Texas with 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Brown on deck with 2 outs in the 7th. Outside, ball 4, and Nava gets the walk. It is the 5th walk given up by Wilson today. That has been one thing that they're trying to work on, and that's going to be the day for him, as coming out after this walk with 2 outs in the 5th inning is Ron Washington. He has Darren O'Day ready to go in the pen, and Dusty Brown, the next scheduled batter. So the pitching change from Fenway Park. 113 pitches for C.J. Wilson. 3-1 Texas on top.
Bring the timeless tour to MGM Grand at Foxwoods and perform live in concert August 7th at 8 p.m. For tickets, call 866-MGM-0609 or visit mgm@foxwoods.com.
C.J. Wilson's day is over after 6 2/3 innings, and he departs responsible for the runner at first in Daniel Nava. Texas has a 3-1 lead as this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Darren O'Day, the new pitcher into the game for the Rangers, his 43rd appearance. 3-2 record, 1.43 earned run average. He's got 26 strikeouts to 7 walks, and opponents hitting at 200 against O'Day. He was in the ballgame last night and issued the game-winning sac fly to Kevin Youkilis in the 11th. The batter he faced. J.D. Drew pinch hits for Dusty Brown with 2 outs and a runner at first. Drew representing the tying run as he bats here in the 7th.
Outfield very, very deep for the Texas Rangers all the way around. Vladimir Guerrero almost on the warning track.
In there for a strike, and it's 1-1 to J.D. Drew. In this series, Drew is 3 for 11. So for 4 in last night's game. And pinch hits here in the 7th inning. That's high ball 2, 2-1. More action for Texas. The left-hander Darren Oliver warming in the pen. This one gets Trainer. Not sure where it got him.
Now you know.
Ooh.
That can't feel good.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region by J.D. Power and Associates. Takes teamwork to bring home the trophy. That Trainer is okay as the trainer and Ron Washington check on him. J.D. Drew in a foul tip as the count is 2-2. Mentioned that Darren O'Day gave up the game-winning sac fly last night to Youkilis. The run, of course, not charged to O'Day. And he's worked 17 consecutive shutout innings over his last 18 appearances. Second longest active scoreless streak in the American League. Herritt's a runner here in the 7th. As Drew fouls it off to the left and out of play. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 11th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And with the Red Sox on here, they trail 3-1. With 2 outs in the 7th inning. And Drew taking ball 3. Two for 6 this year as a pinch hitter for Drew. His career at .253. 3-2. Is inside ball 4. He walks in. So back-to-back walks allowed by Texas pitching. 6 in all. And it's first and second with 2 down, and Marco Scutaro will come to bat.
It's amazing to me the pitches that J.D. Drew is able to stay off. I mean, that pitch looked like it was very close to being a strike. J.D. Drew read it very well and knew it was going to be inside and did not swing. Everything away from J.D. and that at bat till that final pitch. He just missed the inside corner.
Marco Scutaro takes strike 1. Marco struck out in the 1st inning, struck out in the 3rd inning, and then doubled in the 6th inning. He's one of only 3 Boston hits today, but they've had base runners because Texas pitching has walked 6 in the game. Scutaro fouls it off and it's down 0-2. The numbers against O'Day for Scutaro. C.J. Wilson responsible for Daniel Nava, who's at second base. J.D. Drew the responsibility of the reliever Darren O'Day. Tying runs on base. 1-2. Inside, 2-2. McGay has given up just one home run on the season. And that was back on May 15th at Toronto. Span of 55 homerless games, 46 innings pitched. Two-two to Scudero. In the air to shallow right center, but he was pretty deep, but it is Bourbon who makes the catch and gets out of the jam. The Red Sox strand a pair in the seventh. We played seven. It's 3-1 Texas. J.D. Drew stays in the game after a pinch hitting. Stays in right field, and moving from right to left is Darnell McDonald. Daniel Nava comes out of the game as John Lester, after a 19-minute wait, has this one lined to right field. Elvis Andrus is headed for second base as Drew gets it back in. Andrus will pull it up at second with a leadoff double that begins the 8th inning. Back-to-back long waits for Lester. He waited 16 minutes in the 6th inning and 19 minutes in this last inning.
Andrus came into the game 0 for his last 26, but 3 hits in the game today and a big double to lead off the 8th inning. That quickly they get a man in scoring position with no out.
So Andrus at second base. New catcher is Kevin Cash, with Dusty Brown being hit for by J.D. Drew in the 7th inning. Michael Young, the batter, with Andrus at second base as he takes ball 1. And even 100 pitches for John Lester. Michael Bowden just recalled today and in the pen, warming up right now. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Rangers' pen is also busy. After Darren O'Day got out of the 7th inning, Frank Francisco warming in the pen, the former closer. Elevates, Young chases at 93, and it's 2-1. single back in the first inning, a 1-for-3 afternoon. And a backhanded play by Cash for ball 3. Lester has walked 2 today. They were to lead off innings. Walked to batter in the second, walked to batter in the third, and both cases getting out of it without allowing a run. They did allow a run, 2 of them in the 4th inning and 1 in the 5th. Line down the right field line, a foul ball.
After the game today, it's Granite City Electric Red Sox final with TC and Peter Gammons. They'll bring you highlights from the series finale between the Yankees and Rays in the Bronx after the game, only on Nesson.
It will be live on Yawkey Way. This final game of the homestand for the Red Sox as we head out west. Inside ball 4, and there's the third walk of the day given up by Lester. A double and a walk to begin this 8th inning for Texas. So 2 on, nobody out, and Ian Kinsler coming up as Lester has just reached his average. Season high is 120. And that came against Los Angeles back on May 4th. Ian Kinsler, the batter. Kinsler will take strike 1. Grounded into a double play in the first inning. Struck out in the 4th and grounded out in the 5th. Vladimir Guerrero on deck with nobody out in the 8th.
Look at the runs scored today for the Texas Rangers. Either the one on the double by Cruz, but then the error at third base allowing another run to come in, and the double steal in the 5th inning.
Kinsler thought about it, but did hold up, according to Bruce Dreckman, the first base umpire, and it's 1-2.
Good call by Dreckman at first base.
To left field and in for a base hit. Andrus is going to try and score. The throw from McDonald is going to be close. And safe at the plate is the call. Wow. Barely got the foot in before the tag was placed by Cash. And the Rangers will take a 4-1 lead.
It looked like at home plate the tag was high, but the feet and legs were across the plate. Very close play. Gamble taken with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Ball bouncing up. Let's see. Boy, that's tough. That's a very tough one to call. Is the foot in before the tag? I think it is done.
Very close. This angle I said no, but the last one I think yes.
I think by the time the glove got on the body, I think that foot was on the plate. But that's a tough one to call.
Bang, bang play, and the Rangers get a big run. It's now 4-1. And an RBI single for Ian Kinsler. First and second, still nobody out. Vladimir Guerrero takes ball 1 outside. Guerrero walked in the second, grounded out in the 4th, grounded out in the 6th inning. Stroud doesn't think it was the right call. Check swing chopper down the first baseline, foul.
Well, the crowd's still booing that play at home plate. That was awfully tough to call, even on replay.
Chop foul 1-2. Get another look.
Cash has to reach out right there to make the catch on the baseball. Come back quickly. The tag is up high in the chest and was the foot on home plate.
Up high, ball 2-2. Big run here for Texas. Still nobody out in the eighth. Chance for him to do more damage. 2-2 to Guerrero. High fly ball to left center field. Cameron is out there, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. After today's game, the Red Sox will head west for 10 days as they begin a stretch of 27 games on the road. The first stop is in Oakland, followed by 4 in Seattle and 3 in L.A., before returning home for 7 and then heading back on the road for another 10-game trip. Really? That's what the road ahead said.
You sure? 1 out, first and second. Hamilton takes a pitch outside. That is going to boo Gary Darling the remainder of the game.
You're not buying the road ahead. You're going right to the schedule.
I'm going right to the schedule because it seems like that's a lot of games away. Where are we? We're in July. Go to Oakland, Seattle, L.A.
We know about that trip, yeah.
Okay, then it's Detroit and Cleveland at home, and then you're right. Wow. Then it's to New York for 4, Toronto north of the border for 3, and then right around the corner to Texas.
That's not bad.
1-0. Well, 2-0.
Do we ever play home again the rest of the year besides that?
We do come home for 7, and then you're back out again. This particular stretch is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Looks out to be 20 of 27 games on the road. Young at second base, Ian Kinsler at first base, 1 out in the 8th. On the ground towards shortstop. Scudero to second for 1 on the first. Dug out by Youkilis. Red Sox needed that, but Texas does get a run in the top of the 8th. Rangers lead it 4-1. 4th inning when the Texas Rangers would get a couple of runs, a double for Nelson Cruz. Scoring is Hamilton at the plate, but then a throw to third base, and Cruz would then score as it gets away on an error charge to Beltre. As the Rangers a 3-1 lead at the time, they've added on to that, and they've got very good starting pitching today from C.J. Wilson. 6 2/3, giving up just 3 hits and 1 run in his outing. He struck out 10 batters while in there. Rangers make a defensive change with David Murphy taking over in left field for Vladimir Guerrero. And the new pitcher is Frank Francisco. He becomes the 3rd pitcher of the day for Texas. 45th appearance of the year. .266 opponent batting average. Their former closer. And it's ball 1 away to Darnell McDonald. McDonald has grounded out, walked, and grounded out again. Frank Francisco takes over for Darren O'Day, who faced 2 batters, a walk and a flyout, as he went a third of an inning. On the outside corner for strike 1, 1-1. The crowd still letting Gary Garland know about it. Swing and a miss, 1-2. I saw Frank Francisco on Friday night in game 2 of the series. Went to scoreless 9th, but gave up 4 hits and 4 runs in 2 innings over his last 3 outings leading up to that outing on Friday night. Just away, and it's 2-2. Elevates and he chases at 95. And very high. McDonald strikes out for the first out of the 8th.
Well, we'll take one more look at that play of the plate, and it's flip a coin, and the coin did not come down in John Luster's favor, and he was not very happy about it when he was leaving the mound at the end of the inning. He thought for sure that runner was out at home plate.
I've changed my mind about 3 times, and on the last one, I really think he got in safe.
I thought so from the first time, Don. I thought that, the tag was high and the foot was on the bag, but you look at it from a different angle, and it looks different.
In there for strike 2, quickly 0-2 to David Ortiz.
Now the fans are booing every strike called by Darling.
Ortiz pops it up, foul ground. Going as far as he can and leaning in, battling some fans is Michael Young. A chance for Big Papi.
Looked like Michael Young was going to be able to make a play on this, but somebody stopped him from that.
Gentleman in the brown shirt. Ball 1-2. Francisco kind of losing his job to Neftali Feliz, the closer for the Rangers now. Despite having just 6 blown saves in the last 2 years. 25 out of 32 in that category. He's had a tough time in his career against Boston, and 11 appearances against Boston. An earned run average of 18.00. With 18 earned runs in 9 innings pitched and 11 appearances against the Red Sox. Ortiz strikes out for the second out of the 8th inning. It's back-to-back Ks for Frank Francisco.
Well, he got McDonald on a fastball that was up and out of the zone. It looks like a changeup he gets David Ortiz on. So Francisco, one of those guys that can pile up the strikeouts.
Got a big strikeout day for Rangers pitching. It's now 12 strikeouts on the day. 10 of them belonging to the starting pitcher, C.J. Wilson. As Kevin Youkilis stands in, he's been on twice. Lines one into right field, a base hit. Youkilis on for the 3rd time today, a 2-out single.
Another multiple hit game today for Kevin Youkilis. 2 for 3 on the afternoon as he just reaches out and punches the fastball to the opposite field. Right by the dive of Chris Davis at first base.
Well, the closer getting ready in the pen now for Texas, Neftali Feliz. 2 outs and a runner on in the 8th. And Adrian Beltre, the batter. Youkilis taken off for second as Beltre lifts a foul fly out of play.
For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings and the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
Youkilis going again. Beltre with a swing and a miss. And Youkilis will take second base. Going to get a foul tip. No, they're going to leave him at second base.
Not holding Youkilis on first base, so he goes ahead and takes second.
This saying he fouled it. I thought he fouled it. I think Beltre thought he fouled it.
Ron Washington thought he fouled it.
Let's take a look. A piece.
Yep.
So Youkilis now in scoring position with 2 outs in the 8th. It's 0-2. Beltre to left and right at David Murphy. Makes the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox strand Youkilis in scoring position. We head for the 9th. It's 4-1 Texas. Is brought to you by your New England Toyota dealers. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Sullivan Tire. and by Southwest Airlines. Great shots of Maine on Maine Day. We even made it on the Maine flag, Jerry.
Wow.
Nice.
Very thin, too, both of us.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thick flowing hair. Fantastic. We play along to the 9th inning. New pitcher and just up from the Pawtucket Red Sox, Michael Bowden. His 10 appearances with the Paw Sox, had a 5-1 record with a 1.83 earned run average, 161 opponent batting average in the International League. This one is popped up. First pitch swinging is Nelson Cruz. It popped up a long way to the warning track as out at center Cameron grabs it. And a third of the track for out number 1 of the 9th. Bowden ranks 3rd among Red Sox minor league pitchers with a 3.52 earned run average. At 64 Ks, 29 walks in 20 games. And again, most of those were starts. 16 starts, made 4 relief appearances in preparation for this stint with the Red Sox as a reliever. As the first out of the 9th inning as Chris Davis stands in and takes ball 1.
One of the biggest adjustments is, how long does it take him to warm up as a starting pitcher? You get that all the time you need. A little bit different coming out of the bullpen. He said he's adjusted to that pretty well.
He's still very young at 23 years old. First stint of this year with Boston. A supplemental round pick by the Red Sox, 47th overall in 2005. He's appeared in now 10 Major League games with the Red Sox, 2 starts, parts of 2 years in 2008 and 2009. A reminder to stay with us after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Complete post-game coverage is coming up. TC and Peter Gammons from Yawkey Way. Red Sox designating catcher Gustavo Molina to make room for Michael Bowden. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 to Chris Davis. Davis now trainer next. Rangers batting in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Bowden strikes out Davis. 2 down in the 9th.
Nice slider there by Michael Bowden to pick up the strikeout to Davis. First time Davis has struck out this afternoon.
So 2 outs in the 9th, and here's Matt Trainer. He walked back in the 3rd inning, flied out in the 5th, and struck out in the 7th. Sliced foul. The Red Sox after the game chartering to Oakland to begin a series against the Athletics. Daisuke Matsuzaka in the first game of that series against Ben Sheets. Tim Wakefield goes on Tuesday. The Oakland A's have not decided who will pitch for them on Tuesday, and then it is Clay Buchholz in his first start back after his rehab stint on Wednesday against the A's. He'll play day baseball from the left coast, and will be matched up against lefty Gio Gonzalez. It's ball 1-1-2 to Matt Trainer. Wakefield will be looking to bounce back after the very short outing in the first game of this series, just 2+ innings. 1-2 is a swing and a miss, and Michael Bowden looking pretty good in his return. A 1-2-3 9th inning, had 2 strikeouts. Rangers have a 4-1 lead.
It's not just how you covered, it's how you treated. And C.J. Wilson with 10 strikeouts on the afternoon gets Dusty Brown right there on a pitch away. Fastball to Marco Scutaro and a changeup down and out of the zone to Mike Cameron. 3 of 10 on the afternoon.
Closer into the game, Neftali Feliz, his 41st appearance of the year. He's 23 out of 25 in save opportunities. Opponents are hitting at just 193 against him. 42 strikeouts and 13 walks for him on the year. Had a 1-2-3 ninth on Friday. And a swinging strike for Mike Cameron to begin the bottom of the ninth. Red Sox trailing 4-1 as they come to bat here in the ninth. Feliz has given up 6 hits and 6 runs, though, in the last 4 1/3 innings in 5 games. Tied for second in the American League with 23 saves. 11 more than the previous rookie franchise record. Elevates. Cameron chases 98.
Fastball just exploding up and out of the zone for Feliz.
Fouling it back. 97, still 1-2. Going to be Bill Hall. And Kevin Cash scheduled to bat in that spot. 1-2 is up top, 2-2. Feliz, an all-star representing the Texas Rangers, one of 6 that went. Third Rangers rookie all-star. 2-2 is sent foul off to the right and out of play. Right-handed batters hitting at 257 against Feliz. Lefties only at 108. McCool getting ready to head out on a rehab. 2-2. High fly to deep left for Cameron. Back goes Murphy. Ball is up. Ball is gone. Into the monster seats. Mike Cameron, 4th home run of the year. And the Red Sox make it 4-2 now.
Well, Mike Cameron caught up with that high fastball about letter high. And takes it into the monster seats.
Third home run in the last 6 games for Mike Cameron. He's got to be feeling better as he is coming around at the plate, especially in the power department. Hall takes strike 1. During the 2010 Red Sox season, Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every home run hit by the Red Sox. Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Nobody out in the ninth, a run in as Hall takes ball 1 at 100 miles an hour. Chopped up towards second base. Kinsler will bobble and Hall will reach. Red Sox will have the tying run come to the plate with nobody out in the inning.
Looked like it was going to be a fairly routine play for Ian Kinsler charging the ball. But the ball bounces right off the heel of his glove.
They give Hall a base hit. Here is Kevin Cash batting for the first time in the game. Takes ball one away. They have changed the call on that and now charge Kinsler with an error. Don't forget after the game to stay with us for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. It's coming up from Yawkey Way. Daniel Bard warming in the pen in case. Red Sox trailing by 2 runs in the 9th. We got 1 run in as Cash takes ball 2, 2-1. Cameron's home run has brought the Red Sox closer. His 4th home run in a Red Sox uniform. Chop foul, 2-2. J.D. Drew waiting on deck. Nobody out in the 9th. Shadows trying to make their way to the home plate area. Cash strikes out. 99 and up. And there is out number 1 of the 9th inning.
Well, that's what Feliz can do. Just overpower you with his fastball. 99 inside.
Here is J.D. Drew. He pinch hit in the 7th and walked. Takes strike 1. J.D. thought it was high. Strike 2. J.D. thought it was outside.
Yeah, he certainly thought that ball was outside. Makes a motion with his right hand saying the ball's away.
He's in the hole 0-2 with 1 out in the 9th. That one is definitely outside. 1-2. Top of the order, Marco Scutaro waiting on deck with 1 out in the 9th inning. Way again, 2-2. Feliz was moved to the closer's role on April 12th. And left-handed batters hitting at just 108 against him, 7 for 65. As Drew strikes out, the pitch up 98. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down in the 9th.
Drew chasing a pitch that's up and out of the zone that time, about letter high. Again, when you throw that hard, awfully tough to make contact on a fastball that's up in the zone like that.
So it's up to Marco Scutaro. 0 for 3 against Feliz with a strikeout in his career. Today, 1 for 4, a double back in the 6th inning. First baseman Chris Davis letting Feliz know that he's not going to be holding on Hall at first base any longer. Look out inside at 99. And Oliver back up again. He had been up earlier. Runner goes as Scutaro takes strike 1, 1-1. They give Hall second base. Defensive indifference, allowing Hall to take second. trainer out to talk to Feliz. Tough start for him to begin the inning. The home run allowed by Feliz to Cameron. Error committed at second base to Kinsler gets Hall on, who's now at second base on a defensive indifference, but he's bounced back to strike out Cash and Drew. 2 down in the ninth. For the count of 1-1 to Marco Scudero. Inside. And it's 2-1. Scudero lines out to short, and the Texas Rangers take 3 out of 4 from the Red Sox in a 4-game series. Who get a run in the ninth on the home run by Cameron, but in the end, not enough. And Texas comes away with a 4-2 victory. Well, an impressive series for the Rangers, and they're playing very good baseball.
Well, they are, and you know, it was C.J. Wilson this afternoon. I think the thing that's impressed me is the starting pitching for the Texas Rangers in this series. He did walk a few guys, but the Red Sox couldn't pile up enough hits, to make it hurt him. Only getting 5 hits on the afternoon and the 2 runs. So very impressed over this weekend by this Texas Range club. To me, right now, they look like the class of the West.
We'll be back with more from Fenway Park after this, as the Rangers have beaten the Red Sox 4-2.